It's tactic time and welcome back to the channel. This week's elite team test is Bayern Munich to see if we can win a Champions League with Harry Kane. I took it over to Sweden to see if we could get a surprise league win with Hammerby, and down to League One with Stockport to see if we can get them promoted. It's VENOM version 1 for FM26. If a tactic doesn't win with an elite team, you've got no hope with the rest. So we're kicking it off with Michael Elise and Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich kicked off the season with a 2-0 Super Cup win against Stuttgart. They went on to add the DFB Pokal, winning 6-3 in the final against Mainz. No surprises when I tell you that they won the Bundesliga with 79 goals for, 37 against, and 76 points. 15 points clear of Mönchengladbach in second. They finished the season with a 4-2 win over Arsenal in the final of the Champions League. Brilliant season for Bayern Munich. You'd expect them to win the Bundesliga, but it's a Champions League win for Harry Kane. You want to know if a tactic works in different leagues in different countries? So I took it to Sweden and Hammerby. So you know I like to try the tactics out at different levels and in different countries, just so you know that it works if you plug it into your save. You can see here Hammerby predicted 4th in the Swedish league, have won the league, level on points, they've won it on goal difference. Hammerby are champions, knocking Malmo off the top of the Swedish league. Last test, it's the lower league test, and if nothing else, let's see if we can beat Cardiff. Down to League One for this one, and Stockport predicted 5th at the start of the season. But that is not where they finished. They finished on 112 points. It is 46 games in League One. 112 points, 112 goals, and 54 against. A great season for Stockport, who have massively overachieved, and I'm quite happy they beat Cardiff as well. So here is the VENOM tactic for FM26. You can see the in possession and you can see the out of possession. I'm going to run through the team and player instructions for those on mobile and console. If you're on PC or Mac, the download link will be in the description. So before I break down VENOM, I want to hear from you. Let me know what tactic you want to see next. Could be an old one, could be a new one. Let me know. Smash like, hit subscribe so you do not miss the videos coming up, including one on set pieces that I think you're going to find interesting. Starting with the in-possession instructions. If we look at the overview, it is shorter passing, much higher tempo, attacking width is standard, we are counter-attacking when we win the ball, the creative freedom is balanced, time wasting is less often, and we are keeping the ball in play. We'll go down to the build-up phase of play. Build-up strategy is also on balance. We're not bypassing the press, so we're not going long. We're not playing through it. I will let the players make the decision, but you can see we start down here with a lot of passing options in that phase of play. With that in mind, goal kicks are on short. Distribution speed, completely up to him. If the players aren't there to pass to, no rush. But we're also not telling him to take his time. And I want him to predominantly distribute the ball to the centre-back. So we do want to work it out from here if possible. But these other instructions give him that little bit of freedom to make the decision. The progression phase of play. So we've got supporting runs on balanced, dribbling we're encouraging, the playthrough is on balanced, and pass reception is on balanced. I haven't used pass into space on this. It is a good instruction, but there's a lot of players within close proximity to each other, so I'm quite happy to see how it plays out. Don't want to pass it to feet as a rule, don't want to pass it into space, see what the options are and make the right choice. Into the final third, and you can see the shape it is taken up here. There is triangles, passing options and bodies everywhere. We are encouraging dribbling in this phase of play. We are leaving the patience as standard, so we're not getting the crosses in early, but we're not working it in. But we are discouraging shots from distance. At the moment, the match engine, there seems to be a lot of them. They seem to be forcing it. They seem to be taking shots from everywhere. So we're putting that on just to make sure that when we do shoot, it's a good chance to score. Crossing style, keeping it low, either across the 6-yard box to Harry Kane or cutting it back to Musiala. When we are out of possession, we have a high press, a much higher line. We're not stepping up and we're not dropping off, but we are going much more often with the trigger press. Defensive transition is counter press. Tackling is get stuck in. It has worked for the last couple of years and it's still working, so we're going to keep it on this one to win the ball back. Over to the low block. Cross engagement. Just balanced. Not diving out to stop crosses, not tucking in and inviting them. We will see how it goes and we'll decide from there. Mid block, exactly the same with the pressing trap. We're not trapping them outside or inside. We're leaving that one balanced and keeping our shape in this situation. Lastly, the high press. We are pressing trap again balanced, but with the goalkeeper distribution, we are inviting them to try and play it out through the centre backs. We have two people here going man to man on the centre backs, so I'm quite happy for him to try. And if they do go to the full backs, then we've got these wingers who can step up and hit the press. Next up is the player instructions and the goalkeeper, and he's a goalkeeper in possession and out of possession, and the centre backs, who are ball playing defenders in possession, and just centre backs out of possession, have no instructions. The wing backs, who are wing backs in possession and full backs out of possession, have dribble more added on in possession and tackle harder out of possession. And that is exactly the same for both of them. The two defensive midfielders, you can see one is a deep lying playmaker, one is a defensive midfielder, but when we don't have the ball, they are both pressing defensive midfielders, the new role in the game this year. The deep lying playmaker only has shoot less often added on, nothing in out of possession. That one is locked in, that one is standard. The defensive midfielder has again shoot less often added on. Out of possession though, he also has trigger press locked in as much more often for a pressing defensive midfielder, but I have added tackle harder to the more defensive midfielder. Over to the wingers, left and right, both mirroring roles, mirroring instructions as well. They both have in possession, dribble more, out of possession, tackle harder. Exactly the same on the left and on the right. Moving over to the attacking midfielder, who is an attacking midfielder when we have the ball, but when we don't have the ball, he creates that front two, and that is just to help the press. As I said earlier, to help us press the centre-backs, we are going man for man on them, not with a marking, but just so there's two players, so we're not allowing them to play out either down the right or down the left through the centre-backs, because they have someone close to them. We're almost forcing them to go down the wings, and that's when our wide midfielders can step up with the press and win the ball back in that area. The Musiala's instructions: dribble more and take more risks. He's an attacking midfielder with playmaker instructions. He's there to score goals, but also make things happen for Harry Kane, who is the lone striker. Out of possession, he has trigger press much more often, again going back to that defensive duty, and tackle harder added on. Lastly, Harry Kane up front, who is a centre forward both in and out of possession. Again, dribble more, again trigger press much more often, and again tackle harder. That is the first version of Venom for FM26. Let me know what tactics you want to see come back from FM24. You can see from the test it is overpowered, not only with the elite teams, but also with teams lower down. It will be effective in your save. Word of advice I always give: make sure the players are training their roles, and don't forget to adjust the players' playing time. If you don't know how to do that, the link to my tips video is on the screen right now, so click on there. I cover training tips, cover morale, cover lots of things including transfers as well. But as for today, tactic time done.